You've been patiently waiting, so thank you so much. And so please tell us your thoughts. With Crowdfund Roundup, I know you have a risk mitigation product, but before you get into that, can you tell us some of the liquidity concerns that if someone invests in this, there is a certain bit of a concern of, will they actually be able to liquidate one day? How is the law currently looking in that regard?
Thank you, Manolis, and I appreciate having my second opportunity to be before you both on TV. My name is Adam Pressman. I'm with Crowdfund Roundup, and I want to just sort of segue into this by saying government's role here has been to anticipate and to legislate, and we in the private sector remediate and accelerate, and it sort of just mixes up with what Manolis just said. We're going to make that compliance cheaper. You've heard in the last few minutes of how crowdfunding came to be, how it can be done, and what it will be. But you haven't heard if people will do it or not. Let's look at accredited investors, because 300 million you mentioned is just the raw population. We don't know how many of them will keep their money under their mattresses. There are a little bit more than 8 million accredited investors, people the IRS say are trustworthy, sophisticated people who should be investing. And yet, only 750,000 of them are startups. Why? Because the perception out there is that startup investing is risky. In fact, it's about an 85% failure rate in investing. Earlier, the statistic was mentioned, 43% failure on Kickstarter. Kickstarter is doing much better than most venture capitalists. Most guys who are doing it in the millions and tens of millions of dollars have a 20% hit rate. So 85% are going to fail. So why would you do it? Why would you invest in what this business needs, what's going to fulfill the promise of the Jobs Act and bring potentially $3 trillion into investing that hasn't been there before, that will be there for you as you start your new ideas, is airbags. I'm the airbags for crowdfunding guy. We have the crowdfund guarantee. We leverage the power of the crowd and technology to make sure investors can't lose their principal, because if we don't do that, people won't get in the car. Makes my metaphors. Okay. So.